Hello and welcome to a video for the honesty, the truth, the shout out, the channel update. I wanted to say thank you to Ben. He recently left a comment on one of my videos. I'd say his last name, but I don't want to mess up the last name. And the reason I wanted to give this shout out is because he recently left on one of my videos a comment saying, "Where are you?" And he didn't say it exactly like that, but where are you? And I was thinking, okay, does that mean where am I? As in, where do I live? Does that mean why no more videos? And it was the latter. It was, yeah, why no more videos? And that really surprised me because it was like, wow, somebody wants to see more videos from me. And that was always the goal, obviously, when you start a channel, you want people to watch. Also, I wanted to make friends. I wanted to learn more about my information that I knew about G.I. Joe. And okay, let's make some friends maybe. I wanted to also be able to show my friends and family if they happen to watch, and every once in a while they do, and actually some friends that I didn't know would actually want to watch because it's like they're not G.I. Joe collectors. True that I think everyone is a collector in some way, whether it's an action figure or this person, if they ever watch this, collects or has a thing for pigs. So she kind of understood what it was like to be a collector and didn't think it was odd because it's like, okay, well, she collects pig things and maybe not everyone would understand that. And, you know, everyone has something that they like, and I'm sure they have more than one. But other than that, I wanted to have something to do because I was at the time very lonely. Not saying that I'm not now, but I need something to do, and it was like, here's something to do. And so I did it, and back then I was just using a cell phone, and some people, maybe they were too young, or maybe they couldn't afford as good of the cell phone as I had at the time, but one of the comments was, wow, that's off of a cell phone? It was like, yep. And that's one reason that when I started doing videos, I would just shoot and I wouldn't do any editing. And so even with this one, I'm fighting very hard not to go but when you're thinking on the fly, it's like, okay, you need time for your brain to catch up. And I know not everyone does that, and maybe some people script things. I wanted to take this opportunity to say and comment on some of the struggles that people have been nice about telling me about on my channel, and then some things that maybe aren't so nice. And when I started the channel, I had the video cell phone, and people were watching and people were being nice, and it was people that I had not known had channels. So that was the other good thing, is I was able to go watch other people's channels. And then we started kind of having a little group, you know. I don't know if they all considered themselves part of the group, but I did. I considered them part of a group, and so I would go watch their videos, and definitely our styles were so different. And even though I wasn't getting paid to do this, and now I'm not getting paid to do this, I still wanted to be as good as I could be. I know you watch some of my videos and you go, really? That was you trying? But it was. And I mean, maybe even with this one, you're like, this guy's trying? It doesn't show. But I was. And sometimes I would let my fear of commenting on somebody's video go, oh, well, I can't comment on that video because that person wasn't the type of videos that I was doing. And so I was nervous about that. But the other thing that I think runs into when you're a YouTuber, unless you're really good at it, it's hard to focus on your channel and then also pay attention to other people's channels. But then I felt like, okay, well, maybe people aren't commenting on my videos because I'm not doing the same for them. But for a while there, when we were watching each other's videos. And one person that ended up watching a video where maybe somebody was talking about me, or maybe I commented on one of those videos, was Dave. Dave, one of 3 Nights. He hasn't done videos for a while, but we really became friends. And I don't know if it's already out there. Everybody knows this that's subscribed, but I am a gay guy. I did start my second channel, Gay G.I. Joe Fan 1976. And I did that because when I first started the videos, I was always behind the camera. It would have been too much for me to be in front of the camera. Even now, being in front of the camera is something I like because I think it gives a face, obviously. But some people might be like, oh, that's not the face we want to see. Man, these videos are good, but damn. But I got over that. I did a video where I came out. I started that second channel when I probably shouldn't have, because one of the rules that people say is don't start a channel, a second one, if you don't already have a huge following. And of course, I was dumb, naive, whatever. I started the second channel. But I think it also made sense to start it because Dave thankfully was able to come visit me. He lives over in the UK. And so I thought, okay, well, it makes more sense to do the type of videos that we'd probably be doing it on a second channel. So that's why I did it. But when you start a second channel, let alone a first channel, it opens you up to more hate, unfortunately, for some of us. You know, when you're good looking and all that kind of stuff, and you have everything so polished and everything, maybe you don't get as much hate. But when you're not like that, it opens you up for a lot more hate. And that's unfortunately what I got. And I also would say for anybody that watches this video that doesn't know and they're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, try and learn as much as you can about what it takes to run a YouTube channel. Not necessarily videos, but if there's anything out there, or maybe you don't even need this from your brain, but my brain didn't work this way. You want to make sure that you know how AdSense and ads and everything works. Because some people will say, no, that's not real, that doesn't happen. But I am one of the people that subscribes to the fact that you can be somebody who gets click bombed. And if you don't know how to recognize when that's happening, or you don't know how to report when you think it's happening, then YouTube will shut you down. Yes, you're still able to shoot videos, but you can no longer make money off of it. And I never made money. I never got a check off of it. And even when I was being click bombed, it was like, I won't say it here, but it was so pitiful. I mean, I didn't even make enough money for YouTube to even send me a check. Yet I got my channel shut down. So I don't even get that. It's like they never even paid me any money, but my channel got shut down. Or maybe it was just something else. But I really believe I was click bombed. And it was because my videos, at least that I can think of, they were too long. And yes, I'm not a supermodel and all that kind of stuff. And so that happened. And so that made me not want to do YouTube anymore, because I was like, okay, I'm getting hate comments and now I've lost my AdSense, and so I'm not going to keep making videos for YouTube. And so I went off and I went to another site, and it's not really the same anymore, but it was basically, I'll just say it was Daily Motion. And I went there, and there were some people on there that were doing videos as well. And in fact, I think there's some people that are on YouTube and they are also on Daily Motion, but they get enough views, so it makes sense. I never made enough views even over there. So when that channel or site was bought out by another company, but you can look that up and everything, but when that was bought out, they kind of like went through and they cleaned it, or I don't know what the right term would be, but if you weren't making views and you weren't making them money, then they didn't let you be on there anymore. And so again, my channel was shut down. So I'm like, okay, so I've tied G.I. Joe Fan 1976 and I'm not making the impact that I wanted to. I tried to be better and whatever on G.I. Joe Gay G.I. Joe Fan 1976, because that was more vlogging. It was more of a chance to try out things over there when I didn't have as much knowledge, because I didn't want it to affect this channel, where I really did try to make sure that I had knowledge, and I tried to make thought videos and connections and all kinds of different things. And so I don't consider my things reviews. I still consider them thought videos. It's basically as if I was posting on a forum, but instead I'm doing it through video versus typing it. And then when that happened, I just was like, okay, I give up. And then I should also say that the group that we had, maybe because I had gone to Daily Motion, or maybe even before that, I disappeared. I mean, I think some of the people that still were part of that group, and I say group, but just YouTubers and collectors and everything that I used to watch. And I would say some are friends. Some are still Facebook friends. Me and Dave are still friends. But when we didn't have as much people going back and forth and commenting and everything, it felt like we slipped apart. And I don't know that that was necessarily a bad thing in some ways, because Dave and me, what we ended up doing was I'd shoot a video and then he'd shoot a video, and we were kind of having these conversations through thought videos, or if you want to call them reviews, back and forth. And so that was a lot of fun. But then as a way of supporting me, Dave stopped doing videos in a way. I stopped posting them or whatever. And so then we no longer did that as much, and it just, other things in life got in the way. And sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes it's a bad thing. And I think it's a mixture of both, because I don't want to say it's just bad, because obviously some good stuff has come out of it. I always shot videos as one thing, and it was because I didn't know how to edit. And so I didn't want to have a bunch of smaller videos whenever I'd make a mistake. And so I always tried to shoot videos straight through. And it was because I got it in my head, and maybe it's still true, I got it in my head that if I couldn't get through a video without making mistakes, and I had to edit it, then I wasn't being sincere. I wasn't being as professional as I could be. But geez, look at all the YouTubers that are on YouTube right now, and it's jump, 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 jump. And you know, that's a one way for them to keep your attention. But it's also because, guess what? They're probably making mistakes, and instead of shooting the video all over again, they just pick up where they made a mistake, or they edit out the mistake. So I finally had to say, okay, we're going to do the jump edit. And we're not going to always do transitions. And if you watch my videos, they usually always had transitions. And I was always trying to make sure they were really perfect, and make sure it was a crossfade when it should be this, and it should be something else when it should be that. And so that's the other thing. I'm hoping that even with as many mistakes and as much editing as I'm having to do, I really am trying to be as good as I can be. I am trying to find information that maybe somebody else didn't say. And sometimes that obviously is a good thing, because if Ben's still watching, he liked my in-depth reviews. But then I got it in my head that I'm so long, I'm taking so much time to talk about blah, 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 blah. And some people don't like that. And I started letting that get inside of my head too, that, okay, well, I shouldn't be doing videos because they're too long. And then I'd fight against that, and I'd say, no, do you. Do what's right for you. Do what you like. Because, yeah, I'm not going to get as many views as other people that have much shorter videos. But guess what? I'm also not going to get as many views as people that are able to buy things right away, or that have sponsors, or all that. So it's like, you know, you do what you can do. And I then was like, okay, we'll be longer, and we'll just keep doing what we can do. But it then got tough because, okay, I've overcome that. This is all stuff that happened before I left YouTube. But I then started getting comments from somebody, and I don't even know if they were a real person, but they started like, it's one thing to get feedback when you make a mistake or when somebody thinks you should do something better. It's like, okay, take that, and if it's something that you think is going to improve you, then do it. But then it got into people that were just hateful people, and maybe it was because they really were hateful people, or it was because they just don't want you on YouTube, or they're jealous, or there's so many things that it could have been. But again, I'm somebody who's obviously been bullied, but being gay, you're going to be bullied. Some people obviously are lucky enough not to have that happen, but I wasn't one of those people that was lucky to not have that happen. And so this person didn't get on me for being gay, but they came in and they were like, you fat this and you fat that and everything. And it's really tough because it's like one of those things that's like when somebody points out something, yes, it's supposed to mean that it means more about how bad they are. Maybe they don't like themselves, and being able to attack somebody else is going to make them feel better. But it also might be that they just don't want you there and they want to shut you down. And I should never have let anybody do that. And I really, I'm trying to be the nice person. I'm like, oh, why are you so angry? Why are you this? Why are you that? And that just didn't work. So of course I blocked him. And from now on, it's like, nope, it's really, I am a nice person and I really wish everyone could get along. But at the same time, no, you coming in here and you're going to make me feel bad? Sorry, I'm not going to keep letting you do that. As long as I can block you, and guess what? I don't get paid anymore for doing this. So not that I ever did get paid for it, but it's like blocking somebody. No, that's the way to go. Don't take anybody's junk that you don't need to. And so I blocked them. And then the other thing that happened was, as we slipped apart, was one of our friends that we used to watch, he passed away, and I didn't know that. And so that's another thing that should motivate people that want to do videos or that are doing videos, is that you never know when someone might pass away. You never know when that might be you. And so I'm trying to think, okay, I got to do all these other things that I got to do, but hey, there's going to be a time that I'm not going to be able to do this. So enjoy doing videos if that's what you like. Enjoy whatever it is that you like, because one day you ain't going to be able to do it. And I felt really bad. And you can find this tribute video that I did. His name was Brian, and I felt really bad because we didn't get very close. But that was my own fault because I let, the fact that I'm gay is going to scare them all away. And they're still there. Yeah, it was really tough, though, because when he passed away, he was sick. And I was naive, or whatever you want to call it. You want to think that someone's always going to pull through. They're always going to be okay. You're always going to have a second chance. And unfortunately, I never sent him a letter, and he passed away before I could ever do that. And so Brian was gone. My failing made me say, okay, this isn't for me. The fact that I'm being told that I'm fat, which again, I've been working out since I was 18. I mean, there's other issues, obviously portion control, all that kind of stuff. But I do work out. I try not to be fat. But I'm older. I'm a toy collector. I'm working. I'm doing videos. And I don't think I've said that yet, that with videos, I was also making so many mistakes. There were times that I'd upload videos when I had finally learned how to edit, and they were clips. And because what I was doing, and Again, if you guys don't have editing software and you don't know about it, go use the YouTube editing software, YouTube editor. So I was using that, and you would have to upload the clips in order to use the editor though. And sometimes those would go public. And I don't know if that really hurt my channel or not, but it made me feel like, oh, you don't know what you're doing. And then the other thing that happens, and this isn't the same now because I think they actually have it at least on your phone or something like that. You can set up notifications to be told when a new video comes out. But in the old days, they were having to send, I think, an email or an inbox message or something like that to somebody's channel. And people are saying that they were never getting notifications of me uploading videos. I don't know if that's really the case or not, but that just was another thing that just made me go, so I'm shooting all these videos and no one's watching? And then the other thing I'd say is that I don't know where I am right now, so I'm going to stop and I'm going to edit this and see where we are. Other than Brian passing away, there's other people that used to do YouTube and they don't anymore. And I've even asked if they're going to, and I've gone to their channels to see if they're still around. And thankfully there are some that maybe it's just because they're younger, that at least part of this group are still around and still doing videos. But the other thing that stopped me from doing videos was because I had somebody else that was watching all the time other than Dave, and that was Cobra Chris 31, and we even became friends on Facebook. I, to this day, do not really know anything about Cobra Chris 31. I never got to see, is this a boy? Is this a girl? Is this a young person? Is this a person my age? But for whatever reason, they are not around anymore. And so when I lost my AdSense and I was getting people that were just leaving hateful comments and just failing over and over again, it just felt like, okay, I'm not supposed to do this. And then, like I said, I was trying to lose weight. That didn't happen. But I'm still trying. I'm still working out. Now some other life stuff is in the way of preventing me from being able to work out. But yeah, so Cobra Chris 31 was no longer around. Dave, I hope it doesn't sound bad to say it, but wasn't possibly around, but maybe it was more my fault than it was his fault. Then the other thing I wanted to say, and with the editing, hopefully this is not going to be so bad, but one of the things I was told was that I'm very robotic. And I should say the real comment was, wow. Well, I shouldn't even say wow. I think the comment was almost robotic or something like that. And I, trying to be lighthearted and everything, was like, well, at least it's almost. It's not completely robotic. And yes, I try not to be robotic. And I do kind of understand what they're talking about. Because even right now, I'm like, okay, am I looking at the camera? And I'm thinking, and just there's all this stuff going at once. It's like, okay, don't mess up. Think of what you're saying. Usually I was always trying to hold a card or something. So yeah, I was very robotic. But I'm also, even though we know this is the way you're supposed to be on TV, and obviously I guess the way you're supposed to be on YouTube, I'm also not. Oh, I wish I could, but I can't, or I don't want to be like a YouTuber that does, hey guys, how's it going? How's it hanging? Hey, I love you guys. Mwah. Maybe they mean that, but I'm sorry. Maybe the right word is cynical. I look at that and I go, how can you love somebody? You don't even know who these people are. It's like, I don't know. To me, if that's the way they are, that's awesome. And if that's helping people out, that's even more awesome. But And it's tough because even right now, maybe people are saying, well, you don't have to be like that, but you also don't have to be so stiff. And so I really try not to be, and that is in my head. I'm trying not to be robotic. I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to say, which is good because I already looked at this video, and this is twice as long as I normally do videos. But I just wanted to come back and say, Ben, thank you. I didn't know you were a viewer. It really means a lot to me that you took the time to comment and that you wanted to see more videos from me, and all the positive support that you gave in the little messages that we had back and forth. I also want to say, as long as my subscriptions don't go back down, thank you to all those people that have subscribed. That's another thing that I let get in my head sometimes, is that, well, people are subscribing, but the thing is, sometimes subscriptions are just sub for sub. And so, and that again feels so tough for me, because it's like, okay, well, if someone's subscribed to me, then I should obviously subscribe to them. And I do at least go watch videos and go see if there are people's videos. And I do subscribe to them if there are videos, but it's, again, maybe I'm too much of a nice person. But I think about, wow, somebody was nice enough to hit that subscribe button. I should do that too. And maybe that's just how I'm gonna do it from now on, is, hey, they took the time to subscribe, even if it's a sub for sub, subscribe. And so I'm gonna do that. But I just wanted to come back and say, Ben, thank you. I didn't know you were a viewer. It really means a lot to me that you took the time to comment and that you wanted to see more videos from me, and all the positive support that you gave in the little messages that we had back and forth. I also want to say, as long as my subscriptions don't go back down, thank you to all those people that have subscribed. That's another thing that I let get in my head sometimes, is that, well, people are subscribing, but the thing is, sometimes subscriptions are just sub for sub. And so, and that again feels so tough for me, because it's like, okay, well, if someone's subscribed to me, then I should obviously subscribe to them. And I do at least go watch videos and go see if there are people's videos. And I do subscribe to them if there are videos, but it's, again, maybe I'm too much of a nice person. But I think about, wow, somebody was nice enough to hit that subscribe button. I should do that too. And maybe that's just how I'm gonna do it from now on, is, hey, they took the time to subscribe, even if it's a sub for sub, subscribe. And so I'm gonna do that. Other thing I would say though is, if you guys like these videos, I always used to say, thank you for rating, commenting, subscribing, and above all, thank you for allowing me to show there's more to toys than just playing. And then, as one person wanted to say, it's like, well, you should probably really say there's more to toys and toy collectors than just playing. But I like my tagline, and that's kind of how I was trying to be serious too. I was like, I'm gonna come up with a tagline. Everyone has a tagline that they say at the end of a video, and I'm not yet gonna say I love you and all that kind of stuff, but I definitely am gonna say thank you. I am gonna say hello. I did have this shirt made. You know, I really did try my best to be as professional. My equipment, even though I don't know how to use it all, has gotten better. If you are people that like my videos and you want me to continue to do videos, could I ask one favor of you too? I don't always get so many likes. I don't get huge amounts of subscribing. But if you end up watching one of my videos, could you at least do me the favor of just commenting a 76? Even if you didn't like the video, if you watched it and you were here, even if you don't give a like or anything like that, could you please just comment 76? Then that will give me motivation that, okay, people are watching. People may not watch the whole thing, they might not like the whole thing, but they're okay with me continuing to do videos because they want to see more of that. And this is one thing me and Dave used to talk about all the time, is that I'm definitely a comment motivational type of person. And so I was always like, no one's leaving any comments. And I was like, oh, obviously it's because my videos are no good. Obviously it's because no one's watching my videos. Obviously it's because I've said everything you could possibly say, so now people don't have anything to say. So even if you don't have anything to say, please, if you want me to continue to do videos, please leave a comment of 76 and I will continue to do videos. I also want to say that I don't know how often I'm going to be able to do it. I do have a lot of stuff to do videos on. It's not going to be all G.I. Joe, unfortunately, because, again, money is tight. I don't have a sponsor. I don't have AdSense, so I got to do videos on what it is that I've got. And that's going to show that I don't know everything. As much as I want to know everything, I'm going to make mistakes. But maybe that's okay. But yeah, so I will definitely try and start doing videos again. I'm going to probably do them once a month. So basically, I will shoot when I can, I will edit when I can, and I will definitely make sure that I upload a video once a month. So I want to say thanks again to Ben for giving me the motivation and the reason to do this video. Hopefully you're okay with it. And if you didn't watch the whole thing, at least you got to see that shout out, and hopefully you're okay with that shout out. And I think that's pretty much it. So thank you to Ben, and thank you to anybody else that rated, commented, and subscribed. And of course, thank you for allowing me to show there's more of the toys than just playing. And we will see you next time. Bye.